Oh.
Amazing. OBS failed us for the last time. No. Uh, Welcome back, everyone. It's been 2 weeks since we were here. Thank you for not forgetting about us. I'm a little tired, so do excuse my silliness tonight. Today, not tonight. But we will start off with character introductions. Our lovely producer will give us a few announcements, and then I'll give you a recap, and we'll start. We'll just jump right into it. So we're gonna start with our amazing guests and Sauce. Would you like to tell us who you are and who you're playing?
I would be delighted to. I'm Sauce, also Gray, he, him, and I will be playing Royal Butterfield, the halfling fighter, also he, him.
Uh, Amazing. And God, do we love Royal? Next,
that
RJ.
was more of a
Hey,
question, do we?
yeah, you're all right. You're another meat sponge. Hi, everybody. I'm RJ, but today I'll be playing Roland Grandbrook, cleric, sorcerer, half elf. Both of us use he/him.
Cleric, sorcerer, half elf, monster fucker, all of the above.
All of the above. Call me ABC.
Hi, I'm Jen. I use she, her, and I'll be playing Milo, who uses he, him. He is a paladin oathbreaker.
Amazing. And Sarah.
Hey y'all, I'm Sarah. If this is your first time on our channel, welcome. We're excited to have you here. I will be playing Lucy, the Changeling Wizard Warlock. Her pronouns and my pronouns are both she, her. Occasionally, she will change them based on what gender she is portraying. Changeling stuff. It's neat.
It's very neat. And hi everyone, my name's Satan, and I will be your DM for the day. This is a viewer affected game, so you can use bits, subs, and channel points to help them either fail or succeed. And you will find all that information down below or in little channel points thingy. Um, but besides that, what did we do last session? Let's see. Last session, you guys had made it deeper into the Undead Isles. You had traveled through a strange forest that turned out to be a tree graveyard, giving you a little bit of an insight of what happened on this island not too long ago, 15, 20 years ago. You found your ways to a old, decrepit town, and as you set up your little hut to uh, to rest, you realize there were shadows and things surrounding you, following you. You realize a large creature was there. It had not made a note of you yet, and you decided to run as you heard whispers telling you to get out to be safe. But is there really any safe place here in this island? Turns out there is, as these ghostly figures led you to a church, old, decrepit. There was debris falling everywhere, but it was safe. It was one of the last hallowed places on this island, guarded by Helm and his followers. Some of these ghostly warriors were from when this island was filled with life, with people. Others were from the war not too long ago. Some, you realize, had served right under Anthony. And with that, you realize there was a way to destroy this giant creature that haunted this small patch of land. You discover that underneath the church, or somewhere akin, you're not really sure where those tunnels send you, there was a titan that had been defeated, trapped, more, more or less, underground. A titan that was a titan of Helm themselves. After much monkeying around, you were able to figure out how to dispel the magic circle that was holding this titan down, the sword, their own sword that was stabbed right through their chest. And as we left off, this titan awoke. And that is where we'll jump in. This titan you see wakes up hands reaching out to pull itself from under the ground where it was half buried. You see this face covered in a shining silver armor, almost glowing from the inside. What you can see of their skin is as beautiful and as dangerous as a rolling, dark, stormy sea. Their hair white and tight braids that you can see come out from under their helmet, and glowing eyes from within. As
Ma'am,
yes,
would you mind giving us a lift out with you?
of course, little one.
I like
She'll
her.
pull
She's
down her
nice.
hand.
I've learned something about myself today.
I'm sure you did. She puts down her hand so y'all can climb up on it. And as you, Mhm.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Royal will fly down and sit on her shoulder.
She'll let it. Um, and as you're all settled on her shoulder and hand, she stands up to her full height, starts at 10, 15, 20 feet tall. As she pulls herself from the ground, her free hand reaches up and pulls the roots and ground that have covered this graveyard that was hers. And you see more light, albeit faint light, coming from within the rolling clouds of this island. And she pulls herself up from underground, and you see that she seems to be glowing from within, her entire self being a beacon of light, of hope, of safety. And this light, as you know, is very rare on this island, and it attracts the attention of the shadows that were hunting you. And you see in the distance this giant shadowy figure whose blue burning eyes make their way towards you. And as you feel the rumbling of the ground, she puts you back down near the church, inside it, as there is a hole in it. And you see all the ghostly figures around you looking in awe and reverence at this titan that was made to fight in Helm's name. You see her pick up from the ground where she just came a shield and a sword. And as she bangs her sword against her shield, you hear sound ring out through the land. Not on very similar to the ringing of the church bell. You almost see the sound waves moving through the land and the shadows rippling in fear. You hear a screech from the distance as this creature that eats everything in its path, life eater, they call it, makes its way towards this shining beacon. What are y'all doing?
Ron leans over to Lucy. You want to see something funny?
Is it gonna piss off the nice lady that we just saved?
I think it might help her actually.
Okay, go
From
ahead.
Ron's gonna wait until they're about to engage and then cast haste on the giant lady.
You see the creature. You see the creature running, bounding towards the Titan, and the Titan holding steady. As these two start colliding, you hear a resounding noise that pushes you to your back. Rollin, you shoot out your magic, and it gets almost absorbed into this armor that she's wearing. You see the creature strike, trying to drain the life force of this titan. Some of its internal glow dimming a bit before lighting back up. This is a battle that you have never, and you're not sure if you will ever see anything equivalent to this. Two titans fighting each other. Every swipe of a claw, every hit of a sword, you can feel rumbling in your chest. The shadows around this creature are roiling and moving, trying to make their way into the church once more with a lot more vigor and ferocity than before. What are you doing?
Lucy's gonna head up to the roof area where that bell is. She'll ask Royal if
Mm-hmm.
he can give her a lift quickly up there.
I don't.
Can he carry
I
Lucy?
don't know if. I don't think he can carry other people with his boots
Okay.
of flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Then
Milo can when Milo flies.
Milo only has a minute of flight, and he's not wasting it on
yeah,
flying
that's
people up to a bell.
that's fine. She will get up there to get that high vantage point, and then she's gonna
Mm-hmm.
shoot off. She's gonna shoot off magic missiles at 3rd level at the shadow demon monster thingy creature.
Okay. So you're engaging in this battle.
She's trying to
Milo's
assist.
running.
She, I mean, she's not leaving the inside of the church. That's safe
Mm-hmm.
zone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she'll shoot off. Let's see, so that's 5.
You'll shoot off. You see. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
7, 8, 13 points of force damage.
13. You see as your magic almost bounces off this creature. It lands. It makes this mark, and you know that it hit true and that it did take damage, but it did not bother it. You see as the guardians inside the church, half of them are riling not that's not the word, but they are forming a semicircle around this titan, and you see their own figures grow, not as big as her, maybe a foot or so taller, as they try and stave off the darkness that is roiling around this creature. The other half tell you you should leave. We can guide you out of here, but this is not something that you should be part of. We're all dead. Our life is meant and dedicated to this one fight. But you have so much more to live for. What are you doing?
Royal's going to fly over to Milo and say, uh, I agree. We do have so much to live for, which is why I appreciate Rollin standing back and sacrificing himself to save all of us. Good luck, Rollin.
I just gonna football Royal and say, "Let's go." After me, as I start jogging out of here, taking advantage of the opportunity we're given.
Roland will turn to one of the guards. In about 45 seconds, she's going to need a lot of backup for a bit. Good luck to all of you.
They give you a salute and a nod as you see their weapons and shields start appearing in this ghostly miasma that coalesces into solid metal. Some of them stick around you, creating a circle, protecting you from the shadows that would attack you. Lucy, are you staying up in the bell?
No, if the rest of the party's running, she'll follow.
All right.
Roland on the ground, just like arms up towards Lucy.
I don't trust your strength check. Please don't take that as an offense. She'll run herself down.
I am quite literally probably the strongest person.
Milo nods.
As you'll group up again, the, the, the ghost, the guards, taking their job seriously, as you have helped them reawaken the Titan that they hope will defeat this darkness, even if in this small area of the land. It is a start where they can start creating and fighting back against the undeath of this island. They form around you, and all you hear is move, move, as they start moving with you, almost pushing you towards safety. You hear again the clanging of metal and flesh. The sounds reverberating within you, almost making you stumble a bit. I'm going to have everyone do a it'll be a skill challenge. There are shadows trying to attack you. There are two titans quite literally fighting right behind you. I need you all to make a skills check for me. And we're gonna need 5 passes. And there's if you do 3 fails, you fail. Okay? So, who wants to start first? What are you doing to help you escape this alive?
We roll initiative to keep things in order.
Yes, my bad. I was too caught up in the drama.
Caught up in the moment.
I was caught up in the moment.
21.
21. I think you might have the highest higher
I have a
modifier.
+3 to my dex.
Oh,
I got
no.
I got a 9.
Let me write the. Can you? Actually, I'll write those down.
Okay.
This sticky note's important, so we'll put that there.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the highest initiative roll I've ever rolled for a paladin in any of the games I play paladin in.
Paladins don't really need to be dexterous.
So again, Rollin and Milo got 21. Who has a higher dex?
Rollin.
Rollin.
I have the +3 as well.
Oh no!
Roll off.
Roll
Go
off.
alphabetically.
You know what? I'll Jen first.
Okay,
thank you.
So we'll do Milo, Rollin, Lucy, and Royal. What did you get?
I got a 9.
I got an 8. True to form. Lucy can't roll above a 10 for her first roll.
Oh no.
Okay, perfect. So Milo, you're up first in the skill challenge. What are you doing?
Caving into his abilities, he's going to use his light bearer effect and create a orb of light around them, pushing the shadows away. So it's a 20-foot radius around them.
Okay.
And I will remind the people in my radius that is within a smaller radius of 10 foot, you cannot be diseased or frightened.
Perfect. As you create this orb of light around your companions, you see it start pushing away the shadows. For now. The rest of you now, Rollin, what are you doing? I'll allow an ability like Jen did, or you can use a skill.
Okay. I'm not very skillful. I have a certain particular set of skills. Could I, as we're running, insight check the shadows to basically just steer us away from where they want to attack?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Like if they're leading us into any ambushes or
Go
whatnot.
ahead.
14.
14. Um, let me double check something. I knew I was missing something. My encounter. But in the meantime, RJ, can you please put your character name first for me?
Ah, yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Babe.
Uh, yeah, that is high enough. A 14. You realize that the shades here, they are the shadows. They seem to be trying to almost guide you into this in this roundabout way. Guy, you are running towards the exit, but you see them push you almost to the side to get you to turn back.
Do they want to Scooby Doo Hall of Doors us?
Kind of.
Don't fall for it this way.
Come on, gang, this way. That
Let's
is
split up,
a
gang.
success. Um, now, because you're doing, if you're doing an ability, like you did, Milo, and I should have said this before.
The next person on the list gets an advantage to their skill check, I believe.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So then, Milo, you got inspiration. Thank you, Chris Khan. Um, so yeah, you did a skill check. Next will be Royal.
Okay. I think Royal is going to I'm going to save my acrobatics check for when I can think of a way to use it to help the group. Royal's going to try to use a survival check.
Okay.
Maybe help navigate the group
Mm-hmm.
through a shortcut.
Yeah.
And what did Roland say something about getting advantage?
That's only if someone else uses a spell or ability on their turn.
Okay,
Person next in the initiative
So
order.
Rollin would have gotten advantage, but because Rollin used a skill, you just get a regular roll.
Gotcha. So let's try this at +4. Oh, that's good. 22.
22, that's amazing.
I
With the
know,
22,
right?
that is that's 2 successes. With the 22, sorry, that coffee's it's a new milk I'm trying, so it tastes weirdly. Uh, welcome to my life. With a 22, you are able to you know that there is a main empty passageway in the to the entrance, but right now you are almost like in the alleyways between houses. You've never been here, but you are able to um navigate your way, trying to find where that big empty space was again. And with a 22, you are able to guide your group and the ghosts that are leading you and the shadows that are pushing you away from these very tight corridor like spaces and back into the open, and you can see the exit.
I picture Royal just kind of produces from his pocket a map that he drew himself. It's like one of those ones with like a little dotted line and it goes in a circle. There's a little X somewhere. It's just like, quick, this way. He points at a random corner and darts in, and hopefully everyone follows him.
Right. You are being followed by your group. Lucy, it is now your turn. I say two successes. Yeah.
Okay, and what did Royal just use? I was reading over some of my abilities.
Survival, I believe.
Survival. Okay. Let's see. Did we determine that they tend to the light tends to push them away?
The light does tend to push them away.
Okay. Lucy's gonna cast the light spell from her Clockwork Fayfly and have it hover over the group, centered on the group, and that will create a 20-foot. Or no,
Milo's already doing that.
Oh, he is.
So if you want to,
okay.
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay. I
Yeah, the
guess
light doesn't really stack up.
Yeah, I guess investigation to look for a route out of this area.
Yeah, you can do
Okay.
that. Go ahead and roll investigation.
That's a 9.
That is a fail. So that's 2 successes, 1 fail.
Rip.
So you, even though you're out in this big area, you can see the ground is shaking and you're losing your you're being disoriented, like when running through an earthquake. It's unstable. You can hear and feel the fighting going on around you as these giant bodies are moving around the space, sometimes getting closer to you. Your ghostly protectors trying to move you away from the battle, but there's debris falling everywhere. It is making the once clear exit to this town much more dangerous. You can't seem to get the right way around this falling debris and cracked earth. Back to the top, we're going to Milo.
Right. Gonna use the channel divinity aspect, dreadful aspect, and make all the spooky shadows scared of myself within 30 feet. They must
Mm,
succeed on a wisdom save.
um, I will let you know that shadows are immune to being frightened.
Okay. Are they considered undead?
Yes,
Then I'll use the
you
control
would know
undead
this. Yeah.
and instead of a no, that won't work. Right. Right. I won't do that. Yeah, I will do that. Burning is kind of running, pausing to not
Mm-hmm.
run backwards so much, but turning so I can line up a strike to create a thunderous smite to create a wave behind us
Mm-hmm.
to push the shadows away from us.
Yeah, yeah. Is it a saving throw?
Yes, it's a strength saving throw, and if they fail, they are pushed 10 feet away from us and are knocked prone.
I was looking for where I put my dice. They're under my blanket. Yeah, that's a fail. I have -2 strength, and that was a 7.
All right.
Uh, so yeah, they fail, and you see the shadows being pushed back. They writhe on the ground uh like an angry sea, waves coming and crashing against this dome of light that you have. It seems that they can't penetrate it. You put out your thunderous might, and you see them part behind you. But slowly and surely, they're coming back together. But you did give your party more time. Next, it
Turning
is
back
raw.
around and running.
It is raw, and you have advantage because Milo used a ability or spell.
Well, fuck. I was gonna. All right.
Advantage to that shit.
It's gonna be a bit of a waste for this advantage, but I think it might help everyone else in the long run. I'm gonna use my emboldening bond feature, so everyone add a D4 to your roll
Okay.
for the next 10 minutes.
I feel like our bond has become emboldened. And Milo, when we get back, everyone's getting a friendship tattoo.
I like that.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
I want mine across my belly.
Right.
I can move my
So-
tattoo around.
So you,
While running, Royal lifts up his shirt.
as you're running and lifting up your shirt, what are you doing, Royal, to aid your group? Now, RJ, can you?
Gotcha.
I'm not super clear on these rules, but would a spell or ability count as a success? I feel like
No.
no. Okay,
Because spell or ability would not count as success because you didn't roll for it.
okay, that's what I was thinking. So right now you're still at 2-1. Just letting you all know.
Wait, is Royal the only one who used a skill check last time?
Lucy
Lucy
did, but she
did.
failed.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
I used an insight check.
Yeah,
Also.
he's an insight check.
Okay.
Um,
Royal's going to try to are there like okay. I guess I'll just use a perception check because I can't think of a way to use an animal handling check.
Yeah, there's no real animals unless you count like the half of your tiger tattoo.
Ask it. Which way do we go?
Does
It's
the
just
truffle
face
shuffle with an animal handler?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, I'm going. Royal's going to try to see if he can find another path to help shorten the distance. And I add a.
You would have advantage, by the way.
Okay. And do I? What does the emboldening bond do again? Sorry.
You're able to add a D4 to one skill, ability check, saving throw.
So you can add a
attack roll.
D4 to this.
Yeah.
Dope. With advantage. That is and the D4. 27.
27 definitely makes it. Use your perception check to watch out wherever this debris and old wood and stone from the houses are falling to guide your group away from it so it does not hurt them. It makes the path longer as you're weaving through it, but it keeps you safe. You're able to point out where the earth seems to crack so your party does not trip or fall. Next, Lucy.
Uh, that was a perception check.
Yes.
I guess we'll try for an acrobatics check, so she can try and help anyone who's stumbling to run along.
Go ahead.
19.
19. With a 19, you make it. So that's 4 successes, 1 fail. Remember, you need 5 successes. With the 19, you are able to, as Royal is pointing out where this debris is falling and where the earth is cracking, you are able to maneuver your way through it swiftly with enough time to help anybody who stumbles over, either helping them, even if you do not have strength to use the momentum to put your hands around their waist and like kind of help them jump over it, as you're all guiding each other through this battle. Next, back up top, Milo, what are you doing?
Taking advantage of Lucy's what she roll?
She rolled 8 acrobatics, I believe.
Using the acrobatics, gonna use a survival skill to help maneuver us maybe through the landscape just a bit better to push out of this space.
Okay. Remember, you have a D4.
Yeah.
Don't get whiplash again.
24.
24 definitely makes it. Use what, survival, you said?
Yes.
Survival. As you see the exit getting closer, the shadows coming back almost like a wave over this dome of light. You hear sizzling and hissing from them as they can't seem to penetrate it, as the guards around you are also fighting them off. Undead versus undead is a strange battle going on, both in the land around you and between the guards and shadows around you. Use your survival skill to help all of your group and even the guards as they're fighting to keep track of where you're going. You see the exit. You're bobbing and weaving, making your way through the debris as it's falling. Everyone's making sure that their group doesn't get hurt, that they make it out of here safe. And you see the exit. It is right there. And with that last push, you yelling a final command to where to go, You pass through the threshold. Shadows still following you, but less so. They seem to be attached to this creature, and you hear a howling scream as the fighting happens behind you, and then a war cry from the Titan. There's another clang, another slash, two Titans clashing against the other. You look behind, you see gleaming sword against dark and blackened skin, blackened claws against shining armor. It is a battle of the ages. As you run away from this town, the guards still at your side, the shadows slowly disappearing. And you can still see the battle from far away. These are two giant beings, a beacon of darkness and a beacon of light, both fighting against each other. But you make it out. You're back into a shadowy forest. The shadows, the living shadows of the town, no longer following you, and the guards around you, slowly but surely, starting to disappear as they give you smiles and let you know that their work is not done, that they have to go back and help bring a little bit of light into this darkened island. And they leave.
Royal waves. Goodbye. I'll never forget you. Milo, who were those people?
Things beyond our comprehension.
Got it.
You are back in the forest surrounding the town. You can hear the fighting still happening from far away. What are you doing?
Milo quenches the light, making it dark around them. He doesn't want to be a beacon for things in this forest anymore.
It might get kind of ugly for them in about 3, 2, 1. The haste drops.
You are watching this battle from far away. You see the Titan drop to one knee.
Sorry.
The darkened creature, Life Eater, getting an advantageous blow as they scratch and just gouge out part of their armor.
We should leave.
And you
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
a rallying cry, followed by another deathly sounding screech as their sword finds their way deep into the flesh of this creature.
Oh wait, maybe we should stay. I have popcorn.
Nope, we're going. Let's go. Pulling Rylan.
Do we have a sense of direction that we're supposed to be going in to get to the center of that crater we were looking for?
Make me a survival check. You have a general sense of direction from where
I'll
you were
help.
going. Yeah.
Royal will help by just going in a random direction and start walking.
Someone grab him.
No,
Grabs
a
wait. I
16.
want to see this.
You have advantage. Milo's helping you.
Yeah, I know that was with advantage.
Okay.
Is anybody stopping Royal?
I am just kind of
Okay.
footballing him under my arm again.
That's fair.
Legs are kicking from the back.
With
But before you tell us, can I roll to see if Royal randomly got the right direction?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Roll me a d4, actually.
I got this. I'm feeling good. Ooh, a 4.
I'm gonna laugh if we
4.
turn back towards town.
This way.
Lucy, with Milo's help, you are able to pick up the part. You see bits of mountain, of crater very far away, and you realize that is the direction Roy was going. For once, he was actually running the right direction.
Royal just kind of gives Lucy a look. It's like incredibly smug.
Broken clocks will right twice a day.
It's true. Lucy just starts walking past Royal and then turns around and with her unsettling visage goes, boo.
Ah. Oh wait, no, I can't be frightened when I'm near Milo.
He dissipated that though.
No, frightened's a constant thing.
It's not.
Oh,
it's
it's
not
It's
a.
a paladin.
It's not. It doesn't impose being frightened.
Get him, Milo.
This is an intimidation tactic from a changeling, sir.
Oh no.
This is a power move.
Fuck him up, Milo.
He's
So,
quite literally leading us through this forest of death.
She hasn't liked Royal since he called her a monster.
You sure proved me by making your face look all monstrous.
not all things that look monstrous are monsters. Well, with that little anecdote, as you walk through this forest, you realize it's slightly different than the one you were walking through. These do seem more like unliving trees. Milo, you have advantage on a roll thanks to Mecca. Thank you.
Thanks for the Milo love.
As you're making your way through, it almost seems endless to a point. Um, the sun, while it does shift positions in the sky, there's almost like it's just this constant dreariness that doesn't really change and bathes the land in this almost desaturated, dreary, depressive feeling. The earth around you is dry to crack, no place for trees to grow, and you can tell that by the dry, dead trees around you. This is not a healthy living forest. It is an echo of what it once used to be. But there is a sort of life, unlife to it, even in an island of undeath. You see mushrooms. You see things that feed upon the carcasses of others, natural things growing around you. Just the tiniest bit of hope. As you are,
You could say that life finds a way.
life finds a way. Yeah. Oh dear. Ooh, big stretch. Okay. So as you're making your way with the constant dreariness, eventually it does start getting darker and darker and darker. And usually when things get darker, you hear the life around you grow quiet. But in here, in this land, the darkness just bids way to more monsters, to more things that should not be, to come to life in a way and start their own hunting. So, what are y'all doing?
Lucy will put down the tiny hut and start setting up a camp.
Royal's going to investigate some of these mushrooms. Instead of just putting them in his mouth immediately, he's actually going to try to suss if they are edible.
Okay.
Oh, he's learning.
It's an old expression they have in New Breakfastford. It's don't put random mushrooms in your mouth. It was my family's motto.
Is it a motto or just something that they told you repeatedly?
It was hung over our fireplace. It's
Motto,
over our
what's the
family
motto?
crest.
I don't know. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you?
Hey!
So I'm gonna make a survival check.
A survival check.
9. Royal puts the mushroom in his mouth.
It does look like a regular fung. It has this like almost whitish, off-white stalk that comes into this purplish, fibrous, plop of like just something of material on top of it.
Oh yeah, no, Royal's getting like a bunch of them. He's making something. He's making some mushroom risotto for the team.
Are you
Mhm.
eating it or are you just?
He's gonna eat one, and before he's even swallowed it, he's gathering an armload.
I stopped Rylan from.
No. He said he's doing this.
No. I stopped.
No.
I stopped
He said he's
Lynn.
doing
I
this.
stopped Lynn. I stopped Lynn.
No, Len doesn't walk over. He's just looking at Royal like, no, he's got to learn. He's gonna learn sometime. Where is he?
Milo does a protective against poison. You're on your own on this.
Where is he
Honey,
getting the
how
butter
many-
for the risotto?
His
His name's
pockets are
Royal
just filled with it.
Butterfield.
Butterfield! Oh, I get it.
Ro, how many mushrooms do you say you're getting?
He eats one,
Okay.
but as many as he can carry.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Oh boy.
20 points of poison damage.
No.
2.
2. Okay.
Really picking up multiple dice.
If you have to make a save, it's a +4. That's all Milo's providing to this.
I've also got Indomitable, so I can re-roll saving throws that I fail.
You're
You
also a
also-
halfling.
Yeah.
So...
You also have an advantage from our wonderful viewers to use.
Aw, thanks, wonderful
Uh,
viewers.
You do not have to make a saving throw, but you do take 32 necrotic damage
Ugh.
as you are eating violet fungus.
Mm. I can I use my reaction
But
to
wait,
parry it?
1 second.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Billy
They
Mays
do
here.
have multi-attack. So do give me a second while I roll how many attacks they have. Okay,
So,
2
violet
attacks, so
fungus
we need to
are
roll 1 more.
amazing low CR encounters. If you ever have one as a DM, they're
Mhm.
fun.
Roland just has his hands steepled and pressed to his lips as he's watching Royal get probably decimated. Should we help?
No.
No.
Hmm.
18, 16 plus 2. Wait, no, that's 18, 26 plus 2. That is 28 plus
I don't want to waste a
7.
diamond
That's
on this.
35 plus 6. That's another 41 points of necrotic damage.
I can bring it up. It's fine.
41? Okay, Royal's still up.
Okay.
It's fine. I can bless him. Or some
You
shit.
see Royal come back. I feel like he's still holding on to these mushrooms and still eating it because that's Royal. But he looks sick,
Mhm.
pale, almost on death's door. He's not almost dead, but that necrotic damage does not look good on you.
I imagine there's already like a pot full of boiling water over a fire, which Royal just dumps these things.
I shove
Jeez.
Royal to the side as he puts the mushrooms in the boiling water. That's our drinking water, sir.
What? It's boiling. It's fine.
No.
Royal just dumps all the mushrooms at Roland's feet. Fine, make your own dinner.
You do not
Lucy-
feel well, Royal.
Lucy already has a ration out. She's chewing on her beef jerky.
And firebolt the entire lot.
You're a weird sort of like high-pitched screech coming from them. You're not sure where it's coming from because fungus doesn't have vocal cords.
Oh, don't. They feel it here. Lucy will mage hand them one by one out of the dome.
I mean, they only have 18 hit points, so
Oh. Rip. I tried.
they died.
Here, have the
did.
carcasses
They're just
of your dead
plant.
mushroom friends.
Yeah, they're just plant. They're not even like evil. They're on the line. They're just living their best life until you decide to take them out of their homes and kill them.
It's not my fault they're delicious.
They're not delicious. It does not
Matter of
taste.
opinion.
It does not taste delicious.
It's like durian to some people.
Yeah. they taste like fireworks.
Nope. That's a big no for me.
Don't eat the spicy mushrooms.
We come from a country that values plant life as people. We shouldn't, touch the shrieking mushrooms.
To be fair, they're not plants, they're fungus. Get your taxonomy right.
Fungi can be people.
I mean, if we
But they can't be
encounter
plants.
mushrooms-
Royal says to no. Says
I
to
don't
the
know. A
boys.
myconid and a dryad might have a baby.
Drink the mushroom water. See, Mecca's on the knows what's up.
I'm pretty sure that makes some sort of poison.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
It's a
gonna
plan.
take first watch.
I can take second.
You should probably. I'll take last.
I'm going to bed, and Royal just falls asleep there.
Yes, he
That's-
is.
that's
Should I
not a
tie
bad
him
idea.
down?
I don't have shackles. I have rope. So yes.
Okay.
I have shackles, but they're my
Lucy
place.
will cocoon him in his bedroll and then securely tie him.
He probably looks like a pot roast.
Yeah, I was about to say it's just a pot roast.
He's not getting out of that.
Royal is the minute Royal is tied down. Royal will look to Milo and say, "Milo, I have to use the washroom."
Kind of roll him out of the dome. Use it there.
I'll just bring it back in with me in the bedroll.
We'll prestidigitate you when you come back in.
You people are gross.
You're the one who ate fungus.
Roll him back in after he's done.
I don't want him to be a liability, so I'm going to lesser restoration him.
I mean, he doesn't have anything to restore. He
Yeah.
just
You just
lost a lot of hit points.
I just have 9 hit points left.
Okay, so if he's prone, shocking grasp.
If I had to say, like, in terms of a fraction, Royal is a 9 out of 84.
Cool. So I should magic missile him at 3rd level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Lucy will set up for her watch instead.
Okay. Perfect. Lucy, please make me a perception check. If you're taking Soon out, you can have advantage.
16. Oh, I will take Soon out.
Dude
See
fucking
if I can do
hates
better
these
than that.
mushrooms.
It's still a 16. I'm not rolling above a 16 today. It's fine.
If possible, Ron will stay up until his watch, just to check in on Lucy.
You won't get a full night's sleep if you do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, are you half elf? Can't you take the 4 hours?
No, half
Half elves don't
can't
do that.
Wow.
You
Full
have to be a
elves.
full elf.
That's.
That's racist.
I thought they got meditate. No, I am incorrect.
No, they don't. Okay.
So with a 16, we see even this far away, you can hear very, very faint sounds of the battle still raging on. Seems like I said, a battle for the ages. But as your watch passes by, you see a bright light spark in the distance. You're not sure what it means as it dims down, darkness roiling over it again. And then it pushes back, creating a lighting up the sky for just the briefest of moments as it settles back down. You don't know what's happening, but somehow the feeling of dread that has been constant on this island lessens a bit. Your watch passes without anything else. Soon with you. Angry, as he has been since he left Anthony's side.
He's going through his teenage phase.
Yeah. When your wash goes by unbothered by most, you do notice that some of the mushroom you can actually see it moving at times. This these little um root-like feelers that come out of their base. Just vibing. But your wash passes with other challenges. Next, Rollin, were you taking second watch?
Yes.
Okay. You wake up, relief you see. You sit now in the darkness. You feel a little bit of lightness in you, not as much dread or darkness that you felt as you got on this island. Please make me your perception checks.
19.
19. With a 19 now in the middle of the night when all is dark. Stark dark. Well, void. Very dark. It's dark usually you're used with white. Very dark. You hear more life, quote unquote, as you feel more things and hear in the distance things moving around. With a 19 off in the distance, very slowly moving, you see what you think might be a amalgamation of arms. They look like branches at first, but those are definitely fingers at the end.
Rollins just gonna step back into the tiny hut for a bit and wait for it to pass.
Okay. You are in the tiny hut and you see around you. You can still hear outside of it, but you're much safer now that nothing can pass through this that Lucy does not want. And the rest of your watch passes by.
Fucking hate it here.
Next, Milo, your watch. Again, you wake up when you feel this almost a you've it's this heavy weight that you've been carrying since you got on this island has lifted just a tiny bit. Please make me your perception checks.
17.
17. Um, are you taking your watch outside or inside the hut?
Inside, he's a bit glowy now.
That's fair.
He doesn't want to alert things to him.
Yeah. Um, as you are taking your watch with the 17, you sure you see shadows and movements of creatures you don't even know. You can't fathom to be to exist. And you hear movement close to you that scatters and skitters around you, but moves away. And it's strange. You know a battle happened. You remember the sounds of it, but off in the distance, where you're heading, not where the battle was, you hear almost faint sounds of war that come in short bursts. Not sure.
He'll keep an ear out for it, see if it's approaching, if it's staying away, but he'll keep the perimeter within the dome.
It it stays the same distance, but you hear war cries and battles and swords clashing and magic and this unnatural burst of power. It stays the same distance. It does not come closer. Your watch passes, and the light starts coming back to this dark and dreary place. And you're all awake. And I say with that, we'll take an early break. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So don't go nowhere. We'll keep exploring this undead island. But we'll be back. Go grab a drink, grab a sweet, grab a friend, take your meds. And we'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Wrong button. Hang on. Here we go. Okay, bye.
And to clarify, I I was gonna get water and I didn't get water. I have a little bit of water left.
I breathe heavily wherever I go because I'm out of shape. I was so distracted by the tail. Mm.
There, I muted. It says Mecca says you're muted.
Jiminy Crickets, y'all missed it.
No, they could read the closed captioning. It's
Okay.
fine.
Well, you got it in the closed captioning. But yes, if you're here for the first time and you weren't reading the closed captioning, we are a charity channel in this house. Everything that I get from my Twitch income goes to the Trevor Project when Twitch gives me a payout. And yeah, so you can feel good about those monthly subs and those biddies. If you cannot give us money via this channel, that's fine. We understand. You can still affect our games and all of my other streams with your channel points. So just stick around, hang out with us for a while. Tell us your favorite color or your favorite flavor of ice cream in the chat and earn those channel points. And I'll give it over to Satan now because I'm going to have to cut out the first half of this, aren't I?
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. But you know, one thing that I'd like to mention before I go back, if you would like your own character in this game to appear, you can donate straight to any of the charities that we mentioned. In the end of this channel, if you make at least $5 to $10 donations, we will get in contact with you. You'll get in contact with me, and I'll get in contact with you, and then we can create a character. Your choice of class, race, gender, no gender, whatever it is that you want, and it'll be an important NPC that will appear constantly. We introduced before they left to this dreaded isle, we introduced Tabitha. Tabitha, that is a character that White Scott did because they did a donation to one of the charities that we talked about at the end. They sent us a screenshot of their donations. All the personal information, blacked out. We don't want to get that. But it's going to be an important NPC character that the characters will interact throughout the rest of the campaign. It won't be just a one-off. So there's that. But without further ado, after all our spiel, we go back into the game. The sun rises. You expect a beautiful orange and yellow, reds and pinks to come out from the horizon. Usually would back in L'Oreal or even college, but here is just a faint gray light that passes through the dark clouds. Just enough light to let you guide your way through it. Everything's desaturated, dreary, depressing, but you wake up to it. Now, what do you decide to do?
Based
are
on.
the
Go ahead.
are the violet fungus on the dome? So when it collapses, are they gonna fall on us?
They're not on the dome. They are
Okay.
on their own trees, but they are kind of moving throughout the trees at times. You see them slowly move with their little feelers. It's kind of cute, depending on what you think cute is.
Royal's just scowling at the mushrooms like those delicious bastards.
Based on where we stopped and where we think we are, how much further do we think we have until we get to our next location?
Let me put you over on the map. So, you are. Let me make you a little shape. You're about halfway. This is where you currently are.
Okay. With a let me roll survival. With a 7, am I able to guesstimate about how many days out we are?
No.
Okay.
You're pretty sure it's gonna take you like, I don't know, maybe 3 days. You don't know.
With a Royal's just doing this to once more see if he can one up Lucy. Uh, with a 12, does Royal have a clearer idea?
Maybe a few more days or less. You're not really sure.
Hmm.
It all kind of seems like vaguely the same direction wherever it is that you're headed.
We should push on. Use as much of the light as we can and then stop at dark.
Let's not travel through the dark again.
Mm-hmm.
We should load up on mushrooms while we still have the chance.
Absolutely
I will
not.
punch you.
I'm not using any more diamonds on anybody on this trip. Especially you, Royal Butterfield. Just
I know
pick
you
'em
don't
up.
mean that.
You've been to
Oh.
hell. Do you think I'm joking?
By the by, Milo, if I were to perish during this trip, please do not resuscitate. Give my body to science.
Okay.
PD, I think we might put an option that you can pay to watch RJ's character punch Royal.
So, Rylan, so when you say science, does that mean not my bag of family?
That's
No,
kind of a science.
I'd rather you bring it back to court and then, hand it over to the good doctor so they can study whatever the fuck's wrong with me.
And to clarify, he's not allowed to animate you in between here and there, correct?
I mean, fighting for me is kind of what I do. I mean, undead fight for me.
Well, as long as at least 80% of my body mass returns back, I'd be fine. So permission granted.
All right.
Like,
I love
if you
you.
ask permission to undead your friends, permission is usually granted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, um,
Scent and conversations, people.
so you're making your way, to where you still see peaks of this crater and volcano. Not oh yeah, there's a volcano. Um, boop, boop. Sorry, I'm still in sleepy mode, so excuse me while I get all my thought clouds in order. Um, you pass through this forest. It's almost unending until it does end. Hey. It has the same kind of feel wherever it is that you look. There's trees that way that end in a misty path. Trees that way that end in a misty path. Trees that way that end in a misty path. And trees that way that end in a misty path. At first you think you're going in circles, but who's leading the charge?
Milo can. He
Oh,
has a
Royal.
high survival.
Royal is because he has no sense of self-preservation.
Okay.
He's got his sword out. He's pointing in the direction he wants to go.
Okay.
Occasionally, he's kicking rocks.
Okay. Go ahead and roll then. Who's
Roll.
rolling, Milo or Roy? You gotta choose between the two of you.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, well Milo's rolling.
But I rolled 5.
A 14. The 14. They say it takes you longer. You have that point of reference, those peaks of mountains and craters and volcanoes to guide you, but you kind of veer off path a bit, and it takes you a long time to get out of these woods. But one thing that is guiding you, that actually the rest of you can hear, it's the faint sounds of war.
Are we heading into a fight or are we heading away from a fight? I can't really tell.
Sounds like it sounds like it's all around us, right?
It does kind of like encompass most of you, but there is like towards where you're heading, it is slightly louder.
Sounds like we're heading towards a fight.
Would
Of
it be
course.
an echo of what was?
Ghosts soaring with each other.
Delightful.
Memories. This land seems to hold on to a lot of things. Maybe old memories of battles or one of those things. It just kind of can't.
Here's hoping it's no more than a memory then.
I think upon hearing the sounds of battle, Royal is going to start yelling, probably our exact location, along with like, "Come and get us!"
I don't have to bring him back.
Wiz, you don't need to pay me to punch Royal. I will do it for free.
We're right here. What are you waiting for? Most of us are highly defenseless.
Lucy's gonna take out a rope from her bag.
Okay.
She's gonna tie it into a lasso.
Okay. Okay.
Hang on.
Says you're-
Hang on, I'm not done.
Oh.
Let me see what the
Oh,
roll
okay.
is. An 8's not gonna get royal, is it?
I mean, make a dex check, Royal.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna use up my advantage because I want this to happen.
Okay. What's
Thank you,
Okay.
Robin, for the advantage. That's an 18.
okay?
23. 19 plus 4.
Anyone else
So,
want to try
uh,
and lasso, and we can make a game out of it. First one to wins.
Oh no, it's ropey knifey all over again.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have a silence spell on me. I'm sorry.
You hear your shouts of "Come get me, bro." Mingle in with the sounds of war, others shouting, and do you keep moving forward?
Yeah.
You hear it become louder, and before you reach the center of it, you start seeing that the trees start thinning out, and you see old what's it called, the foundations of makeshift buildings, dilapidated, gone. Time has worn on them, built around tents, remnants, what you can make out to be tents, old sticks and fabrics on there, tattered and no longer visible, usable. But you do see what is still standing is a larger building, and by larger I mean larger than a tent. It might hold maybe 3, 4 people, 5 maybe. But this one's built more solidly out of metal and thicker, sturdier wood. Though it does have the time has weathered it. Windows are gone. The doors, office hinges just hanging with the very eerily creaking that sounds throughout the wood.
Whose camp is this?
That's a good question.
Could I make a investigation check?
You may.
How far away are we?
2.
You're at the beginning of this camp, so you're like at the edge of it.
So how many feet towards
From
the
this
center
building?
camp? Yeah, from the building.
I would say a good 50 to 60 feet. It's not that huge.
2 for the investigation, so I don't see shit.
It's a dilapidated camp.
You want me to do
Milo. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, you want me to do a fly around and see what I can see?
Hang
Be
on.
careful.
Lucy's gonna use her detect life feature to see if there's anything living within 30 feet of them first.
What does that detect? Just life? Or
Yeah,
I see. I know
I'll
that's
put,
the name, but if you can
yeah,
post
I'm putting it in the chat.
Okay.
Starting at first level, you can use your bonus action to sense the presence of life within 30 feet of you for a number of minutes equal to your warlock level. If you sense life in this way, you see a faint aura around any living creature in the area that has blood. You cannot see bloodless undead, constructs, or elementals. You can sense life through most barriers, but this feature is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of dirt or wood.
Okay. As you activate your sense life, it it's almost like a filter over your vision. Everything's a little bit more saturated. Um, but you don't see any faint glowing auras around anything.
She'll relay that to the group. Whatever we're hearing might not be alive anymore. Be careful.
Right. I'm going to use polymorph and turn myself into an orange tabby tressum.
Okay.
It'd be more like a ginger, yeah. But yeah. I have in my tressum form a fly speed of 40 feet and detect invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do a brief circle around the camp.
You do a brief circle around the camp, and you don't sense anything that's invisible. You don't see anything moving. Make me a perception check.
Better than mine, actually. 24.
24. Um, yeah, you don't sense anything moving around. You do hear wind pass through. The creaking of that old building, of the door from the old building, getting faster, slamming at times. Um, you hear with 24 what might be paper scattering within. Some metal shifting inside.
Could I perch on a window?
Yeah, you can. As you perch on a window, it's broken. There's no structure to it, so it's just an opening. You see inside. Do they have dark vision?
They do.
Okay, that'll help you. And it's not completely dark, but it is dark. Um, Inside you see a workbench of sorts, metal parts, cannons, artillery. On the desk and on the ground, scattered papers, some of them looking to be half burnt, with notes, things scribbled on them. And with a perception check, you will be able to make out that this is, in fact, a Kalish camp. You see remnants and bits of their flag.
If I could find like documentation or a piece of fabric with the Kalish symbol on it, Ron will take it in his mouth and then hop back out the window and fly back to the group.
Yeah. Roll me a d20, just for me to determine what it is that you get.
Yeah. 7.
7. Okay. You get a few bits of burnt paper, and a bit of the flag, and you fly it over. And you drop it in front of them.
Lands. Big stretch.
Big yawn, big stretch.
Lucy will pick up the cloth fragment and inspect it.
Mm-hmm. You inspect it. It is very thin. Parts of it almost turn to dust as you take it, but you can see parts of the symbol and the colors of the Kalish flag. And there's still the half burnt papers on it,
Uh,
little bits.
Lucy'll make a note on their map and in her journal and put the
Mhm.
scrap of the flag in the journal with it.
Mhm.
Well, did you see anything moving about?
Holds up a cat that's on his arm. There's still a flying cat.
I'm aware I can speak with animals.
Oh, big.
Lucy has her speak with animals up so you can actually give a response.
And
Fuck.
that's actually his response.
Well, fuck.
There's a lot of burnt out documentation, some artillery in there.
All right. Nothing moving around?
Not that I could tell.
All right. Do you want to stay like that and just cuddle with Milo for a bit?
It's comfortable.
Okay. Lucy will start making her way towards that building.
Okay. You make your way, and again, the wind batters around you. You can feel it blowing away your hair. Not strong enough to stop you from moving or making it hard, but it's a strong wind. And you hear the clanging of the door and whatever's left of this hanging loose bits of metal and wood just clattering around and against the walls.
Is it just one room?
It's just one big room, yes.
She's gonna go and do a investigation on everything. Open all the drawers. Touch everything. That's a 15.
Okay.
Not rolling above a
Um,
16 today. It's fine.
With a 15, you see there is a workbench, like I mentioned before, with different tools, old, rusted, partly broken by now, strewn across the room. Bits and pieces of artillery cannons, you assume, old rusted metal of different types, some that you're not even sure what type of metal they are. And you find some right underneath some. It seems the wind has taken. You find more of the intact documentation. You find a page that's burnt around the edges, but you can make out um, the writing on it.
What does it say?
It's a journal entry of sorts attached. Um, Underneath, you can see more paper, but the first page that you pick up, it seems to be a journal entry, and it reads: New orders came in. The king wishes me and the others to grab the blue alloy for silver bombarda, a rare ore found here in this cursed place. One that could advance us for centuries to come. Combining it with adamantine, we would become a devastating force. I would become a master of artillery, a title bound in blood. I did not come here to be a master of death or the agent of chaos, but I fear I will become both should I not give up the plans for the bombarda I showed my king and general. I wish I never had. I will not become that of death with this weapon. Things happen in wars and things become lost. Let this be one of them. And if you pick up the rest of the pages, you see that enclosed is a faded blueprint of a neat design of a long range cannon. You see that you know enough. You've seen Antony build enough that you see it has details of use of magic and artillery shells in combination to cut down swaths of enemies. uh, and 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 right at the bottom, almost burnt, you see Artillery Lieutenant AJ Silverhorn.
She'll smile and she'll carefully she'll sandwich all that documentation between her own papers and carefully put it in her bag. Did the others come in with me? Are you guys still outside?
Yeah, Royal came in. I think while Lucy is kind of busying herself reading these documents, Royal's inspecting the cannons. And unless somebody stops him, he's going to try to light a fuse on one of them.
Milo
Lucy will
reaches
most
down and just
definitely
pulls him
stop
back.
Lucy's busy reading papers.
She is not
Milo
that
reaches
busy.
down and just yanks him up.
Royal's got his flint and tinder.
No.
It's like, oh, come on. What are the odds that it still fires?
Since they were made by my father.
110%.
Since they were made by my father, a pretty good chance. She'll hold up the papers.
One way to find out.
They're activated by magic, Royal.
One way to find out. And Royal's going to cast Disguise Self. Because
Okay.
that's the only spell he has.
What are you
You
doing?
disguised yourself into something.
He's just going to make himself wear like an old Prussian military uniform just to kind of fit with the cannon.
Can I get a wisdom save from Royal, please?
Oh, with gusto. 15.
Milo withholds the +4
Rats.
from you.
Does Lucy get a +4?
Yes.
Oh, good. No, that
Do your
doesn't-
saves.
That doesn't help.
Oh.
Shoot. Okay,
I
he's
was
saved
gonna say-
against command. She's gonna tell him to sit his ass down.
Royal sits down, but not because you told him to, but because he wants to.
Right. Behave yourself, or I will tie you in a papoose and stick you to Milo's back.
Okay, Miss Lucy. And when she turns it back, Royal starts loading the cannon.
Roland's gonna hop off of Milo's shoulder and onto Royal's head and look down. This is gonna be funny. And he'll dismiss polymorph.
And really, you're standing there trying to figure out what this beats, these bits of metal and how to load whatever it is here, and you feel a weight on your head as you see Roland Cat on top of you, and then
Ow.
you feel yourself just being pushed down.
Can I make a
ground.
strength saving throw? Or an athletics check?
Strength saving throw.
Okay.
No +4 since Milo's withholding it from you.
Mhm.
But it is an 18 +4. Because I get
As
+4 to
well.
my save anyways.
You're able to carry him, but it is on your head, so you can
Yeah.
fumble a bit.
It's like
Oh,
those
God.
those villagers who carry like entire baskets on their head. Royal's just going through the process with Roland like, hey, wait.
Just sitting
can't-
cross-legged.
You can't move your head because there's a person sitting
There's
on
too
it. And
much.
you're like, oh god.
All the rats that are in Royal's head are just
Yeah.
falling out.
You can't move or else you'll fall sideways.
Lucy will show the journal entries to Milo and Rowland. Do you know what this blue alloy is that he was talking about?
Your
I don't
check?
know.
Make a history check if you wish. I don't think you would know anything about that. So
I don't know shit about alloys. I
Only-
fight things with holy vigor.
Gusto.
Are they naturally occurring metals or are they like alchemically made metals?
She ain't
As
asking
you-
Royal.
as Royal has mentioned that he has not been outside of butter new breakfast before bed, he does not know what this is.
I'm just saying, Royal is trained in alchemist tools. He might be able to. That might apply to
You know what
metallurgy.
a metal alloy is. You don't know what it is that they're talking about. The only
think-
reason I'm having Roland roll is because he is from court.
I think your best bet is to ask Jack about it.
Right.
I got an 8,
Word.
so
Well, hopefully
Your
we don't need to
dad.
investigate it while we're here.
our dad's a bit tied up right now. I don't know how well communications are gonna be.
Cut
I
to
can-
Fano and Anthony in the bedroom.
I
Did
can
I leave
barely,
the stick on?
I can barely make contact with my patron. I don't think sending is going to be much better. And that wastes my spell slots.
That's fine.
Or no, wait, no, she has a earring to him.
Mm-hmm.
She's still not gonna try it.
Ron will hop off of Royal. Keep an eye on him.
Well, do we want to keep moving today, or do we want to stay here? I think
Like
there's enough room that I can put the hut up in here if we move some furniture.
I'd like to explore around a little bit more, see if we can't find any supplies we can scavenge.
All right. I'll put up a tiny hut in here and assist you when I'm done. Or no, wait, no, she has to stay in it. So she'll
Yeah,
just
she
go
has to
help.
stay in it.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that about the hut. She'll go with Len. Milo, you're in
Hmm.
charge of Royal. She
That
just
is a
hands
very-
she just hands Milo a length of rope. Do with this what you will. You have 50 feet of it.
Come on, Milo. If we get the cannons up and running, then we don't have anything to worry about when the Titans come over here. We can just blast them with a cannon.
I don't know how to work artillery, Royal.
Well,
One of
that's
those
why we
Titans is
figure
our
it out.
friend.
Well, I'm just saying there's a 50% chance that that Titan won't survive.
No, don't touch the cannons. This is Kalish stuff. Made by an Iron Fighter, so that's
touching the cannon. Touching the cannon.
just put my hand on his face. Come on, we're going outside.
You just grab him by the face.
Going outside. You need to go run.
Royal is one for. I'll do a little anecdote for those friends of mine that play Overwatch. Royal's the one that spams I need healing, so nobody heals him.
Royal's the Genji. Got it.
Yeah.
Could we say that there's like? Can I make a roll to find a bottle of vodka?
A bottle of vodka. Yeah, you can make a roll to find alcohol.
Do you just want a
Yeah.
bottle of alcohol from me?
It's a specific thing. I had a thought about it. Yeah, 5.
Oh, you don't really find much.
Broken bottle.
Yeah.
I was thinking how well vodka would go with a Scarlet Minotaur.
Royal is going to look for instructions on how to fire the cannon. There's probably something. They had to train the soldiers somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Do an investigation check.
Going to turn that man into a slug and then load him into a cannon and then fire him out of it.
Y'all got some anger issues.
As Lucy and Rollin walk off, she'll just say, "You know, he was actually one of my first marks. I felt bad about stealing his money when I saw him again, but I'm considering it advanced payment for having to deal with all this now."
Let's see. I rolled an 11, but I'm going to use that advantage that Mecha gave me.
Okay.
Not enough money in the world.
Oh, and it's worse. Dang it, Mecha. I want to fire a cannon.
Okay. You look around with 11. Again, you find bits of burnt paper. With like maybe the word "and" on it, or the end of a word. But you get the feeling that whatever instructions were either burnt or it's the blueprints that Lucy has.
Royal will remember this.
I have a feeling that Royal's gonna mysteriously disappear from the ship on your way back.
You're assuming he's going to make it back to the ship.
True. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so are you guys just scouting this place out?
Mhm.
Yeah. Lucy will assist
Okay.
Rollin.
You can make an investigation check then.
Does he get advantage?
He does,
Oh boy.
because took the help action.
Natural 20 for a 19.
Natural 20, whiplash. Natural 20. You find a lot of decrepit and old tents, some very, very small bunker like areas, but there's this one like sturdy bunker. It's like maybe 5 feet tall, and it's more wide than it is tall, that has old crates in it. Some of it's like old rations that are clearly not good. It's been 15, 20 years since they were here.
MREs are made to live forever.
Yeah. But you do find some of the non-broken boxes hold. You find one that holds some broken bottles, but you find one or two like bottles of like alcohol. It's not the really good stuff. It's whatever got these soldiers through whatever it is that they were doing. Um, and You find a few weapons, but they're pretty rusted by now. Old grenades. You're not sure if they're active anymore.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
We're not letting the others know about those.
Nope. I was gonna hand Royal a box full of these and just watch him go to work.
No. No.
No. No. I'll stash one though, just in case.
Yeah, you can stash a grenade. You're not sure if they work, but
I can make them work.
there's something explosive in there, that's for sure.
Turns out to be the Monty Python holy hand grenade.
Yeah. Um, but
Grenade.
anything else that you guys are doing in this camp?
Mm-mm. If they don't find anything else, Lucy will just go back to that larger building and set up the dome within it if it's large enough. If not, she'll set it up right outside.
Okay. Yeah, it's large enough. Like I said, it could hold up to like at least 5 people. It's not that huge, but it's not that small either. Um, so you set up your excuse me. You set up your tiny hut, and you're able to rest. You've been walking for a lot of the day, and you're tired, and your morale's not the highest with the environment and everything Royal keeps doing. uh, but you're able to do a tiny hut in there, so you have some extra protection. Though the constant clattering of um the door and the bits of rubble that are hanging from this building are still there.
Can Lucy tie the door shut so
Yeah,
it stops
you can.
banging? Yeah, she'll do
Yeah.
that.
Can Royal use his expert carpentry skills to remount the door?
I mean, part of it's gone, but sure.
It'll be
Roll
one of
for
those stylish,
carpentry.
like barn door style. Okay, so this is just my proficiency bonus, correct?
Yes,
Okay, this is plus
I love
4.
being a DM.
Doop, doop, boop, boop. Oh, I'm rolling well today. 22.
22. Part of it's gone, but you're able to kind of carve it, so it's kind of stylish. It doesn't cover the entire doorway anymore.
It's one of those half doors.
Yeah, it's one of those half doors, and part of it has like a nice design on it. It's still partly of the hinges; it's rusted off there, but Lucy's able to tie it so it's still closed.
Mhm.
It's not bad.
And Royal will carve on it. Helm bless this mess.
Is this how you
Helm
create a temple to
blesses it.
Helm? I think we're creating a temple to Helm right now.
Maybe, who knows? I mean, you'll reawaken their titan, and I think it reawakened some religious feelings in Milo. Who knows?
Yeah,
Lit
Milo's
Helm.
yeah. Milo's impressed with Helm, but it's not enough to convince him to go back to a god.
That's fair.
Rollin, did you bring your loot with you?
I did.
Mind playing for us for a bit?
Sure.
Milo, how do you feel about a dance?
I was never taught to dance.
Really?
The cult wasn't exactly the most conducive for creative ideas.
Are you okay, OJ?
I forgot Milo's part of a cult.
all I saw on like the closed caption, it was like I forgot from Rollin.
Lucy will extend her hand to Milo and offer to teach him.
All right. Yeah. He'll take her hand and,
She basically
like
just
a baby goat, learn how to dance.
I mean, she'll just teach him how to sway to the music and feel the beat. Nothing
Yeah.
too. She's
Yeah.
not gonna teach him to waltz. Like nothing
Yeah.
too intense.
Yeah, there's no rolling. You're just kind of teaching him how to sway and feel the music, and it's nice. It's a little bit of reprieve and not physical, but like emotional lightness that it brings. The music, it's not. You're in a safe space where the music won't cut through the bubble and alert others of your presence. So it's nice. It's you laugh and you dance and you have a good time. A nice bright spot in this dreary journey.
While they are dancing, I think Royal is going to attempt to roll a cannon, so just the front of it is poking out of the tiny hut, but the back of it is
Lucy
still
doesn't allow
within.
that. Lucy does
They're
not
too
allow
busy
that.
dancing.
No,
I'm
Lucy
pretty
does
sure
not
they
allow
can
that.
hear a cannon
Yeah.
moving.
It's just a little babbling,
Yeah.
pushing it.
As
No.
she's dancing, you just see Lucy kick Royal. So, oops. No, that's just what I picture in my head. But yeah, you're able to spend the night dancing and to music and hear Rollin play and sing. It's quite nice. You can see why your new hag friend exchanged passageways for his singing.
16-hour concert.
We don't make him play that long.
You put the stipulations on that deal, baby. But you're able to
Or no,
spend the
16 songs. Sorry.
16 songs. You're able to spend the night a bit more relaxed. If you wish, you can make a little campfire to bring you warmth in the night. Or actually, I believe you can adjust the temperature of the dome, Lucy.
Yeah. Yep, she can.
But you're able to relax. You can take washes should you wish or not. You do have extra protection at the moment.
Lucy will still keep watch just because they have Royal in the party. It's mostly making sure that he stays in bed.
Yeah. Yeah, so is everybody taking a watch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Lucy, first watch?
Yes.
Please roll.
6. It's a 6.
You're really trained on Royal.
Mhm.
Really trained on Royal. Your mind starts wandering as you're here. In an old workshop. Similar yet different from the workshop that Anthony had. And knowing that he was here building all these things, your mind can't help but wonder. You look around the room and you see faint visions of, in your mind, you can imagine faint visions of Anthony working around a younger Anthony, not white haired, but dark hair, maybe a few streaks of white in it, working around, writing, man, fixing and building these cannons, writing in his journal and making blueprints. It's a bit of melancholy, a little bit melancholic. But your wash passes. Royal, are you just sleeping?
I mean, for the first watch, or
Are you taking a watch? Because you can just sleep. Because I think I just need 3 people to take watch. So.
I can take a watch. Royal didn't take a watch last time, so he'll
Okay.
take a watch this time. He was too busy sleeping off his upset tummy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take second watch if you wish.
Ooh, I rolled an 8.
8. You're still really trying to piece together how you can get that cannon working.
Am I making any headway?
No.
Damn.
You have no instructions. You don't even have a full cannon. You have just bits and pieces strewn around.
Yeah, because Royal is trained in alchemist supplies, so like he's training carpenters.
Not artillery.
Well, I mean, it's how you make gunpowder. And then
not artillery.
Vastly different from blacksmithing.
So Royal is trying to piece this together in his head.
Yeah, I mean, you could roll for it.
I will.
You could use your alchemy proficiency.
Okay. Royal learns how. Oh, I rolled an 18.
You rolled
Plus
an
4.
18.
Yeah, plus 4.
Okay, so that's a 22. You know how to make black powder, and you know these things run in black powder. That's as far as you get.
Okay, you can see the math adding up in Royal's head.
Yeah, that's the connection you make. But with alchemy not being artillery, there's not much more you can figure out.
Time to look for black powder.
Sure.
When I should be on watch.
I mean, you can make an investigation check if that's what you're doing.
Y'all know I am. This is Chekhov's cannon right now. I have to. I rolled a 2.
A 2. You find something in the corner. You're pretty sure it's spilled over black powder. Turns out it's just black mold.
It's just black mold. I bring it over to Roland.
Oh no.
I just drop it on his bed. Roland, can I use this to fire a cannon?
Black mold.
Can I have him make me a wisdom saving throw?
With pleasure.
No +4 because Milo's asleep.
I rolled an 8, but I'm going to use my Indomitable skill to re-roll it. And I'm going to roll a 9.
Roland turns into a slug.
Royal slugs around.
Okay, Royal, you feel like a shiver of magic come over you, and the world gets a lot bigger around you. You're in. I don't know the slug stats, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot less than what Royal had.
1 HP.
1 HP. You have. You're a slug with black mold next to you. Looks delicious, man.
Roland will pick him up, take out a vial from his coat, put him in the vial. Now, if I remember within the hour to get you out of there, you won't have glass shards when you return to Royal Butterfield.
Royal just kind of waggles his antenna.
Yeah. Who's taking third watch?
Roland's up now. He has to maintain concentration on this for like an hour, so.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I wonder what would happen if I gave you salt right now. 17.
The wind rattling different types of loose debris outside the door and the building. But you do have the building itself as a second shield. You still hear the faint sounds of war somewhere around this. It's just louder than it was before, but it's not here.
I want to make an investigation check to find some black powder.
Okay. Go ahead.
5.
Can Royal assist him?
No.
like whenever he goes to a place Royal already checks, he just shakes his little slug head no.
A 5. You find more black mold. You're really glad you have the tiny hut because that is really bad to breathe in.
It's on a scarf or a bandana around his mouth. If anything, if he sees crates that are like slightly open, create water on top of them just to drown them out. So if there's black powder, that just gets ruined.
Yeah. You don't know if you ruined black powder, but you're pretty sure you created a nice new home for black mold to grow on.
It'll magically dissipate. It's fine.
But yeah, that your watch passes.
The hour's up. He taps the glass to get Royal out, and then
Uh, I think that was a little uncalled for.
you want to fire off a cannon in
Yes.
enemy territory
Yes.
to signal
Why would I fire off a cannon in friendly territory?
because you're defending a spot.
You're not making any sense, Roland.
No, you're not making
You
any sense.
use one of your PhDs.
You are literally trying to kill us, and if you do not behave yourself, I will end you and not bring you back.
Counterpoint.
No
Cannons are very cool.
Yes, they are.
And being able to fire one would come in handy.
We're moving from this spot. What's the fucking point?
What happens if enemies attack us while we're camping?
Then we deal with it. But
With
they won't know we're
cannons.
here because Lucy put up a fucking tiny hut.
With cannons. Also, they might hear you yelling, Roland. Try to calm yourself down.
I should
Can I
curse
have
both
him make
of
a
you.
wisdom saving throw?
Can I roll perception to see if this argument wakes us up?
Oh yeah,
I
it
rolled a
definitely wakes you guys
5.
up. He rolled a 5 on his wisdom save.
I'm gonna turn him back into a slug.
Wake up to Rollin and Royal arguing, and as your blurry eyes open and you focus, you just see Royal's shape just shrink down into this little slug and fall on the ground.
He's lucky I can't turn him into the amoeba that he actually is.
Mm.
Royal waggles his antenna.
I've got a bag of salt. I've got a Hayward's spice pouch. Don't tempt me, sir.
He waggles his antenna in a way that you think distinctly means he won the argument. Or at least that's what he assumes.
He wants to fire the
Right.
cannons.
Right.
There is no arguing with him. It's like talking to a fucking brick wall. Cannons are cool, yes, but if they give away our position and fucks us over, I'm going to
We
bed.
don't know how they work. So
And he's trying his damnedest to figure it out.
I mean, I know how they work. I'm not going to tell him, though. I was firing cannons on the ship. They're not that different.
oh.
When I go to
Okay, so-
bed, the spell's going to drop. And he walks back into the tiny hut and goes to bed.
I'd like to make an investigation check for Lucy, just looking around from inside the tiny hut to see if she can spot any black powder.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, no. Are these cannons within the tiny hut? Can she
How
access
big
them?
is the tiny hut?
I believe it's a 10-foot sphere.
So the radius is 10 foot, so it's like 20 feet around, right?
Let me double check.
No.
10-foot
I don't
radius,
know.
so yeah, it would be 20 feet in diameter.
Parts of them are, yeah. Not all the bits and bobs are in there, but part of it is like half of it is in the tiny hut.
Lucy is going to go to each cannon and, using Anthony's blueprints, remove the firing mechanism from them while Slug Royal watches her.
Oh no, Royal's not watching. Slug Royal is off on his own adventure already.
In the vial.
No,
I
he's
didn't
on
put
the
him in.
vial.
Yeah, I didn't put him in the
Okay.
vial.
Okay.
Lucy's just going to remove the firing mechanism from each cannon and put it in her bag of holding.
Make me a let me look at if I love you guys so much.
Do you want me to do a straight up
It's not
intelligence
a-
roll?
Yeah, because there's nothing
Okay.
really in. Ooh, painful hiccup. There's nothing really in the skill set for specific like artillery stuff, so just do a penicillin check. You have
Okay.
advantage because you do have the blueprints, I will say.
Okay. I was gonna ask for advantage. Thank you.
Yeah.
And with advantage, I get 16.
You're
I'd
not
like to
really-
add
you're
my
really
one
not
d8.
rolling
I'm
it.
adding my d8 inspiration. I am making sure that
Okay.
this little
You get above
sucker
the 16.
17. I rolled a 1.
With a 17, you're able. It takes a little bit of finagling, but you're able to get the firing mechanism. Again, these cannons aren't completed, but it does add extra safety that they can't be exploded or anything like that. Once you take the firing mechanism off.
She feels better now. He can now
Yeah.
try.
Yeah. Slug Royal is just. It takes you like 30 minutes to go through all the bits and bobs here, and Slug Royal is like halfway to the door.
If
As
30
lo-
minutes go by, then the spell probably dissipates as Roland goes to bed, like conks out.
No, my slug family.
Don't have a slug family, Royal.
Royal, go to sleep.
Y'all are just like school in summer. No class. And Ro goes to bed.
He was the first person I got to know when I came to Kalish and Aloria.
I'm sorry. My condolences.
He was the nicest person I knew.
I have some people to introduce you to later. She'll just pat
Hmm.
Milo on the shoulder.
You're able to take the rest of your rest unbothered. Unless Royal is doing something else, or are you going back to sleep?
Now Royals get back to sleep.
Okay. The rest of the night passes, and you're able to wake up fine. No cannons have been blasted. No black powder has been found. But yeah.
All right, everyone, wake up, eat your rations, let's get moving.
You just hear the crack of a can.
A cup is shoved in your general direction. Half, please.
Fuck, all right.
I don't think that's a healthy drink for. All right.
There's moderate protest from Milo.
Lucy pours some alcohol into it too.
Yep, it's that type of morning. Same dreary morning. Nothing has changed. Everything's still dark and dreary. I need to find a new word for dreary. Someone put a new word for dreary. in the chat.
Bleak.
Bleak.
Gloom.
I like bleak. Gloomy,
Gloomy.
dreary, bleak morning.
Foggy,
Morbid.
hazy,
Okay.
with the dark night.
Unlimited power.
Absolute sausages.
But you're able to continue your travel should you wish. Are you heading towards the sound of battle?
Is that towards where we need to go?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yep, that's where we're going. Lucy's got her sword out.
going that way.
Yeah. Let me look something up first. Okay. So, as you make your way past this camp, a little bit of melancholy in knowing that Anthony did work here. We found his notes and blueprints. You continue on, your feet kicking up the dry dust from the ground as it settles eventually and fades into the slight fog that covers it. You move forward in the sounds of war, of battle, of artillery. Moving forward, sound louder and louder and louder. And you come across a field of mud and dirt, caved in trenches, barbed wire posts, areas of land that have been ripped apart through uses of mass force, weapons strewn across, remnants of what used to be someone fighting, people fighting, no skin, no flesh, just bones broken and battered around. And you see flashes of ghostly figures in this eternal battle against something you can't see. You just see this force. Flashes of sounds of war, of people shouting. You hear a slight whistle, and then you hear it and you almost feel it within you, this reverberation of force that wrecked this land. You see the remnants of what was a battlefield, the results of this inane war, the loss of lives that the fear of a king brought on. And you see the echoes of it all around you. The ghostly figures pay you no mind. They're stuck in this rerun of what once was their life, living and reliving their death, the war, their jobs. These are not intelligent undead, they are but echoes and recordings of a moment in time. What do you do?
Can we see what they're fighting?
You can't. You see this side. You see the forces of Kalish fighting something from the direction that you're coming towards. You can roll me a perception check should you wish. And whoever wishes can roll me. Actually, it would have to be Lucy or Rollin. You can roll me an intelligence or history check to remember something.
It says Lucy in the history check, but I got a 14.
The perception.
Yes.
Okay. The fog gets thicker the farther you look. So you can't see much, but you don't see anything moving either. You don't see flashes of war over there. About you see this battle, these trenches last for maybe 100 feet, 200 feet, but beyond that, you can't see more.
Do I get
Would
advantage
you
on
like to
the?
roll?
Yeah, do I get advantage on it if Rollins assisting me with it?
How are you assisting Lucy in this history check? It's very
Basically,
specific knowledge.
that's very specific knowledge. Maybe comparing notes, just like what is it that Lucy's trying to divine?
Oh.
Oh, it's just a random history check.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could double up and
Yeah, you can. Okay, you can kind of like think about what's going on here. So yeah, you can go ahead. I will give you advantage. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
More chances for me to lore drop.
yeah.
It's a 13.
13. Um, you're not sure, but you recall in your brain just brief uh, glimpses of a conversation you had with Anthony, and even with the Lady of Twilight separately. You're way too far inland for there to be a battle between Kalish and Aloria. You specifically recall that um, most of the battle happened on the edges of the island because they had issues going into the middle. And if you compare where you are in your map, you get the feeling that you're way too inland to what they had done before. I'll move you here to what they have mentioned before. So you get this slice feeling. You're not sure if this is actually echoes of a battle between the two kingdoms or something else. Maybe there was a spot that they were both able to get to and fight to.
Well, I don't think it was between the two kingdoms. Could have been something else.
It's only going to get worse further in.
You're probably right.
I only have third-hand knowledge of all this.
Same.
Same.
Most of what I understood came from books. You've got a source.
Not really, not with us.
No.
We'll have to ask them when we get back.
If I get close enough to one of these ghosts, these after images, can I see any heraldry on their armor?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
My worst. This is the worst. 13.
13. You catch glimpses of what's on their uniforms. They are moving quite quickly, running through the battlefield. Um, but you catch a few glimpses of it's an old version, but it's similar to what is now uh the symbol of Aloria. Not Aloria, my bad, Kalish.
They are Kalish soldiers. Old ones at that.
An older battle, perhaps? Did Kalish fight multiple times on this island?
I always thought that the first time Anthony was here was the first time they actually were here.
I usually tune him out when he talks about things, so. She just shrugs.
Something to note when we get back then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, onwards and upwards, I suppose.
If that big fuck off thing is still flying around, I'd rather not go upwards.
Wait, what?
I told you guys there was a big fuck off thing that flew around in the night.
All right. Just the one.
Assume more.
All right. This place is terrible and I hate it.
I'm gonna punch the vacation spot person who recommended this place.
Wherever
Well, that's
you...
going to be the Lady of Twilight, so good luck with that.
It was a joke. No, we're never going to Jacksonville ever again.
You can keep making your way through. The land itself doesn't actually move. Everything stays as it is, but you see the flashes of what occurred it to become this way. What occurred for it to become this way. That's the proper sentence. I'm tired. But as you keep walking through, you even feel parts of these ghostly figures pass right through you without acknowledging you. It does send you a chill down your spine. But you keep walking and walking. In view, we can see them from behind, slowly and surely being swallowed by the mist. And I will say, we will take an early day here. This is where we'll end it. Because next session, I believe, will be our final session of this arc. So, well, we did leave off a little early. Um, I will have a lot prepared for you guys next session. So if any of our viewers are curious as to what happens and their whole reason for becoming here and how they deal with that, please tune in. And thank you all for watching. But before we leave, we're going to do a quick little outro where we'll tell you about the charities that we champion. You don't need to know about us. Our ads are in the overlay. Our information's down below. Nightbot does and Streamlabs do a great job of putting things out there for us. What we're going to do is tell you our names and what charity we're championing. Because this is a charity channel, everything that you give here, anything that you buy, subscriptions, bits, and stuff like that, does get donated to the Trevor Project. But I'll let our producer talk more about that when she talks about the charity of choice for this channel. But I'll start off, and then we'll go in the same order as we went, starting with Royal. Hi everyone, my name's Satan. I've been your DM for the day. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Today I've been tired, but it's been a very exciting game. I've loved my players, but I love them, you love them, we all know that. What you don't know is that um, God, words are hard for me right now. I am backing the charity. It's stopaapihate.org. If you go there, it is a charity that has risen up in response to the alarming escalation of xenophobia and bigotry that's been rising up against the Asian Pacific planet Asian Pacific community. Sorry about that. But they're a very important group, and they serve five. They have five pronged approaches to this, which is what they call. I'll read a little bit about it from their about page, but they serve as leading aggregator of the anti-Asian hate incidents. They offer multilingual resources for impacted community members, provide technical assistance from rapid response to preventative measures, support community based safety measures and restorative justice efforts, and advocate for local, state, and national policies that reinforce human rights and civil rights protection. If you click on the links that are in the chat, thanks to our awesome producer, you can go straight up to them. And as well, there is a link for an anti-Asian violence resources where they have statistic updates, articles, resources to educate yourself, how do you be an ally, where to donate, how to report incidents, and many other things that you can find there. We need to really speak out against these xenophobic and violence acts that are rising up during the pandemic for the oppressed groups that build up a majority of where we live. This is not right, and we need to help stop it. I know those warrants aren't as fancy as many people will say, but the links are there. Please go and check it out so we can keep helping each other out during these times. And that's me.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. Hi, everybody. I'm Gray, and I will be supporting Child's Play Charity. It's a charity that has been around since 2003, helping children with children in over 185 hospitals and shelters around the world, and by providing them with games and toys. You can find out more about them in the link that's in chat. And that's what I got.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, but today I'll be championing Satan's not the only one who can't speak today. I'll be championing the Black Visions Collective, which is a Black, trans, and queer-led organization that is committed to dismantling systems of oppression and violence. It's like the fourth month in 2021, and, things are getting kind of not great yet again. It's not that hard to be kind, people. Let's be kind to one another, be awesome to one another. That's that.
Hi, I'm Jen, and I will be championing the Bail Project. It is a nonprofit organization that combats mass incarceration by disrupting the money bail system It works on the presumption of innocence, works to reunite families, and challenges a system that criminalizes race and poverty. They want to create a more just, equitable, and humane pretrial system. That is that.
Excellent. Thank you to all my friends for talking about these wonderful and very important charities. My charity of choice is the Trevor Project. This channel donates to the Trevor Project every time I get a Twitch payout. And I believe we're $30 away from my next payout. So, you know, if you know anyone who wants to sub to a cool channel and get a cute hype goblin emote, come by. All that money goes to charity. They can affect our games with bits and subs. Whole lot of fun stuff. But that pushes us closer to hitting that payout threshold and doing another community donation, which I really enjoy doing. Just some quick channel stuff. If you've stuck around this long, just so y'all know, this channel is going to be on vacation over the next week. We will be back on. See, we're off all week because Mercy Road is this weekend. Saucefire run the charity event on the 10th and the 11th. So the next time you will see me on the interwebs is over on Saucefire's channel. And I will ask him to plug that here just a minute because that is a wonderful charity event that he's going to be doing. But other than that, the channel is going to be off until the 15th of April so I can have some time with my family. And that's it for me. Sauce, can you give us a quick plug for Mercy Road and tell everyone about this cool event that you're running?
Yeah, sure. Mercy Road, this is the second year we're doing it. It is a 24-hour D&D game where everybody you see here is going to be playing it in one of the games. It is starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Hour. We have 8 teams of 5 people each playing for 3 hours a pop. For every game, we're going to be having prize packs to give away, which have cool stuff like dice melt sets. Cards Against Humanity is offering something. I think it's a family set. We've got stuff from Wormwood, gifts from Dungeon in a Box, lots of cool stuff. We raised $2,500 last year for Child's Play, and we're hoping to beat that by exactly $1, but preferably more. Yeah, so that's April 10th to the 11th.
Is there any way people can donate ahead of time if they cannot make it to the 24-hour charity event?
Yes, they should be able to. I will toss the Tiltify link for Mercy Road 2, the Mercy Mile, or the Mystery Mile. I can't talk either. Just popped that there in chat. Yeah, and your donations can be used to affect the game by giving players advantage or disadvantage, making them roll on the Table of Chaos, which is just like the Wild Magic Surge table, but on all sorts of drugs. Or you can get them care packages, which are like loot boxes, but it's for charity, so it's not bad. And
That's gambling if it's for charity.
Yeah, exactly.
I see the wheels in RJ's head turning already. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sauce, for letting us know about that. I know we normally don't plug things, but it's an important charity event that's very near and dear to all of our hearts. So we want to make sure that you guys know where to find us next week because we want to raise money for charity because it's neat. Until then, everyone, go drink some water and hydrate. No, coffee and energy drinks do not count. Eat something healthy today. Tell someone that you love them, and don't forget that you are loved, and take your meds if you haven't yet. I love you all, and I will see you next time. We're gonna go raid someone, so stick around for that. Okay? BRB. Bye.